Okay, here we are. Come on. Okay. Hello everyone, this is Sonia with Stamping Around the Dining Room Table. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. If you do not have a demonstrator of your own, I would be happy to be yours. You can go to my webpage, stamparoundthetable.stampinup.net, and there you can see more about me. You can see our products, you can place an order, and today is December 8th. 2021, and there is a special today that anything you order today, at least $50 and above, so $50 minimum, so $50 and above of a product that you order today, you get free shipping. It's today only, so if there was something that you were wanting to get, today's the day. Okay, so but you can do that through my webpage, stamparoundthetable.stampinup.net. I also have a Facebook page, which is called Stamping Around the Dining Room Table. There you can see more videos and see some other things that I share with my followers. So I hope everyone's feeling well today. It's hard to believe Christmas is 2 weeks from Saturday, so 2.5 weeks away. Oh my goodness. Okay. So, one other thing I'll mention before I move on to this month's host code is right here. You use that if you are placing an order less than $150. If it's $150, then you just do it without the host code because you will end up getting some rewards. Okay, because $150 is considered a workshop or party. Okay. So any questions, anything I can help you with, please reach out to me. If you're interested in joining my team, you can also do that through stamparoundthetable.stampinup.net. You can reach out to me for any questions. All right, so this week I am working with these two stamp sets, the Welcoming Woods and Reflected in Nature. These are found in our mini catalog, which, let's see, let me get the right one here. I mark them and then they still aren't opening up to the page I need. Right here is this one. It's $21. Okay, and the other one, it's over here on page 60. So, I didn't tell you the page number. The first one's on page 46. The second one's on page 60, and that's $20. All right, and then today and this catalog is only good through January 3rd. January 4th, we have our new mini catalog. Will begin on January 4th. So, and I guess I don't have it right here, but also on January 4th, we have another celebration starting, and I thought I had the catalog right with this one, but it's not. So next time I'll show you that one. Both of them begin January 4th. Okay, so you'll be hearing more about that and some items. I can give you some sneak peeks of items from there. I'll be doing that over the next few weeks. I did want to show you because today I'm going to be doing some adding color to these, and I'll be showing you that in a few minutes. So just some of the items in our annual catalog that you might choose to use to do that. Soft pastel assortment, those are chalk pastels. It's on page 126. They're $9 for a set of 8 colors. You also, I can get a hold of it here, there. Maybe would want some water painters. They're on page 129, $12 for a set of 3, or some blender pens, which are also on page 129 for $12. You get 3 in a package, but they've got 2 ends on them, so kind of like getting 6 painters. And was there anything else on this page? Just trying to make sure I'm not forgetting something. And then over here on page 136, we do carry some watercolor paper. Okay, and so for 5x7 paper, you get 10 sheets for $9. All right, so we used to also carry some glossy paper. We no longer carry that, but it is available at different craft stores. So if that was something you wanted to use, you could also do that. All right, so I'm going to just show you first. These are some cards that I made and showed in my Facebook Live yesterday. Okay, and they're using that one stamp. That's one stamp, and it gives you this, like it's like a photo of like the cabin and woods, and then reflected in the water. Okay. This one I added some shimmer to it. I thought I did to this one also, but I did not, I guess. Or if I did, it's very light. Okay. I also, oh, and this was the first one I did. I just tried it just with gray on white paper, and I added some, there, you can maybe see it's really quite a bit came out. I ended up with maybe a little more than I should have, and that was one of the things I was kind of showing. This is a little lighter application, but just especially on the ice to make it look, you know, shiny like ice can be. Then with the other stamp set, I did this, and then this one, and I added the color in this using our blending brushes. So if you would like to see how I did these, you can go to my Facebook page, Stamping Around the Dining Room Table, and you'll be able to see that there. So today what I wanted to do is I wanted to show you, I saw some people were adding some color to this, doing a few different things, and basically they did this color, the reflection, they made it a little lighter color than the picture. Okay, so in this one I used and I used two colors each time. This one I used, make sure I'm saying the right thing here, soft suede and crumb cake. And then with my colored pencils, I colored in some green there, a little bit lighter green there, some brown over the brown and green. I just added a little, and then I did add a little bit of Wink of Stella a few places. Okay, so I wanted these to be basically the same, just done with some different colors. So this is basic gray, and this is smoky slate. And I added a little bit of green, like between the trees, like showing some the greenery in back. So I added a little bit down here as well. And you can see there's some more Wink of Stella. Hopefully it shows up on there. So I'm going to show you in a few minutes how I did that. And then the other things I'm going to show you is adding color behind. Now this one, as I said, I used, this one actually in a lot of ways, at least for me, I could blend it better using the blending brushes. It's a softer look. This I used our watercolor pencils, and I'll be showing you that in a few minutes. Okay, this one I did, I used our water pens and used ink from our stamp pads. And this one I used the soft pastels with. Now, I am not an artist, and really I wasn't sure. I wasn't maybe the best, I'm not the best person to show this, but maybe also just to show you that you don't have to be an artist. These actually turned out much better than I thought they were going to. Okay, so, and I'll just be showing you that here in a few minutes. So I'm going to start with this one, I think, and this time, the right one here, and I deliberately did them the same. All these cards and these, I basically did them the same. I just changed up the, you know, background colors on these, but I just want, because I wanted the focus to be more on the actual technique, and that's what I'm planning to do with this as well. So they're the same, just on some different colors on different cardstock, but every, you know, the sentiment I made the same. Okay, because I just wanted to be able to show you that. So one of the things I did to make it a little bit easier when I'm stamping, when I'm inking this up anyways, to know, because I wanted to ink it up this way, although you could tip it upside down. we have these white permanent markers, and they are also on one of those pages I was showing you before. I forgot to point those out. And I marked, like here, you can see right here there's one line. Here there's two, so I marked it down there just so that I can, when I have it this way, I can kind of line it up. And I'll show you what I mean. So this time I wanted to use Night of Navy and Misty Moonlight. So if you're not sure which one, the water has those lines in it, like the ripples, so that helps to know which end is which. Because the reflection, most of the time, is not as dark as, like the original. So you see where those white marks are, and I'm lining it up along the edge of the ink pad, and just a little bit more. I may need it up just a smidge. I didn't quite get it there. Of course, I'm on camera, so it makes it a little bit more difficult to make sure you're there. That's better. All right, so there's the Night of Navy, and the other side, the reflection, I'm going to do in Misty Moonlight. And I'm just turning it to make it just a little easier for me to see how to line this up. Just a little bit more. Yep, I think that's pretty good. I'm going to do it once more, and then I'm going to like blow on it a little, just to reactivate, like, especially the ink that I stamped the first time. All right, and then I'm just going to kind of center it, top and sides here. Hopefully I got that. It's not the end of the world if I didn't. I can trim it off if I need to. And you could do this on your Stamparatus, but I found this is, and I'm not pressing hard. I'm just trying to make sure I'm, going all over it so that there's good contact. And see, it really stamps pretty well. I think I may like that better than the others. So then, what I did next is took some garden green colored pencils, and just in this part, because it's like back behind the, just a little between there too, back behind the tree trunks. It looks like there's greenery back in there, so I'm just coloring it in. And even if you go over some of the dark, it doesn't show over the dark. Okay, so there's that. And then I'm going to use one of the blender pens. I'm like, my mind goes blank. What are they called again? I'm just kind of going over where the green is. So it becomes more of a watercolor. Okay. And I'm just going to clean this off. Once you clean this off, get all the color out, it's not going to put green on anything else. Then I'm going to use the old olive for down here for the reflection. And again, just kind of go over the green. A little messy here. Could have maybe been a little more careful there than I was, but it'll be all right. And then with our white marker here, I just wanted to go over the snow on the roof, and like these spots here. and here, and a little bit here where like the snow and ice built up along the shoreline. Do it there. And then over here you can see there's parts of this that are a little bit whiter, so I'm going over those parts with this. A little bit, doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, and then I'm going to grab my Wink of Stella. Make sure it's coming down well. Okay, and again I'm going to go over like here where the snow is. Give it a little bit so it will glimmer a little, get a little bit of like there's moonlight hitting on it, or sunlight or whatever. There's a little bit of sun. I'm going to go right along this here. And then okay, then I'm going to go, because it's ice, I'm going over, pretty much going over all of it. But I'm going to focus, really focus on right here where the ripples in the water are. Okay. You want a little up and not too much because it's going to be darker back there. So there. So there's that. Okay. Yeah, I did get a little there. And then what I did afterwards is really, I just trimmed down here, and I just see I got a little bit, so it's colored pencil. You can get a good, it's not the eraser I wanted. This one I think is a little better. You can just erase if there's a few, whoops, stray marks there. And then I just stamped this. I trimmed it out here, stamped that, and then I chose a background for this. And I thought I had my blue here. Somewhere I do. Here's the, here, let me just do that quickly. I'll show you. This is the Misty Moonlight. So I tried to get this about the same so it's kind of framed out. It's pretty close. I think I'm going to trim just a smidge off there. I want it pretty close to the same size. Very small amount off there. There. Now there it is on Misty Moonlight. And then I also had a, maybe I ended up using it. What did I do with my, 1 second, sorry, I thought I had it right up here. Got more here. Let me just grab one. Whoop. Make sure that's right. Yep. Night of Navy. It's Night of Navy. I think I like it better on the Night of Navy, actually. And what you could do if you wanted. Let's see, I have some things already, like card bases and card bases and some card fronts, which this might need to be trimmed down a little. Nope, it'll be good. And you also might want to, like I did here, I added 2 layers there. I just had the one. But that would be another way. I think I'm going to do that. So what I was doing with these was, make sure I got it opening the right way. You can use whatever adhesive you like, whether it's your glue or whether it's the tape runner. I'm going to put this layer on here. I should go down just a little. There. I think I don't have it quite straight, but that's good. And then, there's the part I trimmed off here of the, I just had it. Oh my goodness, I'm losing my mind. Anyway, the part, so what I've been doing with this is I've been popping that up. So my dimensionals, and I'm putting one in each corner. And one in the middle. And I'm sorry, I hope I didn't get out of the frame for most of this. Hope I was in frame. I didn't look up at my computer till just now. Okay, so this, I did put this up here. And if you want to add some gems, or, you know, a knot, or ribbon that's in a knot, or ribbon that's in a bow, you can always do that. And let me just see here. Put these down below. Oh, is this the... Well, it's a little bit wider, but I could just show you. And then on here, in the Night of Navy, I would put my sentiments, which are right here. I love this too. Breathe deep. Don't we all need to do that from time to time? Oh, here, wait, this is a little bit. It's not the exact piece, but I can trim it down. So kind of breathe deep. Hope I got that a little. So I think I'm going to do this because I'm going to want it in the middle, and if I don't, there, that's better. So try it one more time. Breathe deep, and each day, and this way then you're not looking at, you know, like the sentiment's the same, so you're just seeing. That's a little crooked, but that's okay. And then you can use your scissors, or your, I usually don't do it with scissors because I'm not the best. Not too bad today because I had those long things to. And then this I've just been putting on just flat on the, so there you go. And maybe like a piece of cord even, it might look nice along there. So there's those. These are the ones I did ahead of time. This one I did with you. Each gives just a little different look to it. Okay. This up here. Now, for these, move this to the side. I was kind of a little bit backwards. This one I did stamp first when I did it the other day, and then did the other over because I realized, oh, I wanted to see how that would look. So, and that's with the blending brush. And again, I did that yesterday. You could go to my web page, not my web page, go to my Facebook page to see that. I'll have a link on here for that. And then this was today. Now, this I did stamp it and then added the color, and I tried this. I go, what are you doing? You're doing it backwards. So I'm going to try my best to do this for you. So for the colored pencils, I just use regular cardstock, white cardstock. Or you could do an off-white if you wanted with this as well, like the what's it called? Very vanilla. And here they are. And what I was thinking was, I kind of wanted, I mean, this could be white because it could be snow, but I thought I wanted it to look almost like it was in water, like a light blue. But then I was just thought, now it could even look, if I can do it a little lighter, because I mixed some balmy blue with, I think it was Pacific Point. But if I do it a little bit lighter, it might look even a little more like snow with the shadows that, you know, you can get bluish shadows. And then I wanted some blue in the sky, so the sky I did do a little dark. I want a little darker. I just did it, as you can see, just like this. Okay, again, this is not my forte. And then I did it some Bermuda Bay maybe, or a little bit, here's some Pacific Point that's a little darker blue, just to try and give it some different colors in the sky. If you wanted a little bit of the Bermuda Bay, you can also do that as well. Okay, so just kind of play around with it. And you can wait and do it all at once, or you can do it right now. So I'll just kind of show you just to kind of smooth out the lines a little. Or you could do it with the watercolor brush. With a pencil, I tend to like this a little better, but I'll just show you. I've got a watercolor brush here. Is this the right? This is it. So with that, let me get a little, make sure I got water coming out. Yep. So it does depend. Like, you could do it with this, and you could do this on the watercolor paper, especially if you're going to use this, because it is a little wet. You know, makes it the paper a little wetter. And then up here, okay. Although I did want to show you with this. I don't know how it will mint now that I hit the water there. Because I do think this can make it kind of, sometimes, at least for me, sometimes it seems to blend a little better. Anyway, we need a little more color there. Oop, that's not the one I want. This one. Get it off the side. Or you could, if you end up like me and you have these edges, you can always trim the edge off a little bit to make it, you know, smoother there. Alright, so there's it. Then I wanted a little bit, some paint, like reds and oranges and some little yellow. Got some red here, so not much red up. Is that red? Yeah, it looks orangey almost, doesn't it? There, and then I wanted it a little darker down here than up there. Although I probably should have this be a little darker if the sun's going down. But not always. A lot of times it will be darker down here because the rays go up. But anyway, so it's whatever you want. I'm not going to argue with anybody. And especially if you really are an artist, I definitely am not arguing with you because I'm not an artist. But just wanted to show you that you don't necessarily have to be. You know, you can just blend some colors like this. And I wanted some yellow right here. Almost like the sun's rays coming up. And then, you know, and where's my right here? And you can do it up a little bit more on the point, but I kind of like it like this. And you can then, like, also can blend it up into the blue down here. Blend it in. You can add a little more. I can find it here again. It's not the right blue. What did I do with it? Oh, it's over here. Maybe just add just a little more blue and bring it up into the orange here. It's supposed to be red, but it looks orange. And into this here. So it's almost a little purpley. But anyway, so then you can do that. So, and then usually what I do is I set it aside, even though this dries pretty quickly when you're using the blending brush. It, make sure there's nothing on there. It does, see, that looks, it's stained, but look, it's just all clear coming out. So, whoop, so it's okay. There's a lid. Trying to put the wrong lid on there. Alright, so that's with the colored pencils. In some ways I don't like, it's a little bit too harsh there, but you get the idea. This is more to show you than, I'm not necessarily actually gonna complete these cards today, but let me just, is what I did. Yeah, but, so that's, this one I like better. That one I kind of am not as crazy about, but sometimes I get a little bit heavy-handed here. Right now, the next one is watercolor. I'm using some watercolor paper. Okay, and you can, which I kind of forgot. I don't know that I did this before, but you can, oh wait, I'm going to put my silicone mat underneath it. And if you make the paper wet before you, which I kind of didn't do that before, so maybe this will look a little better than my original. I was just realizing some days I am a little bit of an airhead, I think, about things. But, so, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start, I think I'm going to kind of start in the middle. So let me see, but maybe not. So, you just use some of your blacks. And I'm just going to put some yellow here. And that's Daffodil Delight. And I'm going to put some pumpkin pie on one. And some balmy blue. I guess I need to grab another black. Get a hold of it. Balmy blue. And the last was I want a little bit of red, so I'm going to do some red. So I've got all of these, and maybe we can bring them over a little closer. Just a little, doesn't even have to be the whole thing. So let me just see here. Get this out of the way. A few things out of the way here. And bring this over so you can kind of see my blacks. At least I hope you can see them. Okay, and then I'm going to squirt a little drop. I'm going to start with the yellow, I think. I'm going to just kind of go here. It definitely does do better when you remember to put a little water on first. Do that. Then I'm going to take some of the orange. And really, I've watched people do this, so I've kind of learned from watching other people. But I'm just kind of, as you can see, I'm not even really, no real rhyme or reason there. Okay. I've just got a scrap paper over here, and I just kind of, and then I'm going to get a little bit of the red. I'm just going to kind of, it may be too dark, I don't know, but I did kind of want to put it in. Trying to see what I've got here, yep. So no two are going to look alike. I don't know, maybe if you're a really good artist, you can make them look alike, but not me. Okay. I'm going to grab some blue. I'm trying to rinse these off, like clean these out a little, the brush a little in between, because I don't mind having some mixture of the colors, especially where the two meet, but I don't want to end up with like brown or muddy looking colors, especially up in the sky. And actually, now that I did that, I think I want some Misty Moonlight. See if I can just add this kind of on the other edge of my blue palette here. If you have a regular palette, you can always use that too, obviously. You don't have to. But this isn't there. Get a little bit of the darker through there. I just kind of want to streak it a little. Not sure how well that's coming out streaky, but okay. A little bit there into the red, so it's a little purpley where they meet. Okay, and I'm going to do a little bit of blue down here again, like it could either be water or it can be snow. And I'm mixing those two blues on my little palette over here. I need just a little more water, I think, in with it. I'm trying to not make it too wet, but then see if I don't get it wet enough, it doesn't seem to, doesn't move as well. So I want to make sure I'm okay. I'm doing a little darker up here. So, but anyway, you can see, I mean, I really isn't taking a long, I'm not taking a long time with this. I do want a little more of this, I think, a little more orange. You can add more ink if you need to. Some people use re-inkers too and just put a drop or two on of it. I've seen it done both ways. So whatever you're comfortable with, that's what you would do. Okay. I'm doing a little more orange right here if I can get it. Anyway, so it's just kind of, it's whatever you want. And again, I'm going to kind of let this a little bit. And I'm going to put that aside to dry. All right. And then the last thing I'm going to show you is our, and this I just used some regular cardstock with. I thought I had some regular cardstock here. Did I grab the wrong thing? Oh, that was, I do have some here somewhere. And, oh, I do have one other I was going to show you. Where's my pastels? Right here. Now, these are chalk. And again, I'm not really the best with these, but I just, you can also, there's other ways to do it. There's a lot of stuff online about how different people used it. Okay, they do it a little differently than me, but I'm just coloring like with it. Sometimes they scrape it off. You might want to add a little water with it. Okay, it's really pretty much whatever you want to do. I'm going to add a little bit of purple here. Use your finger to kind of like, a little more blue here. And then I'm going to do a little bit of, now this is Poppy Parade, so it's kind of almost like, it's red, but it's almost orangey red. And then, again, I just found I kind of like, it seems like there's reds up and above and below when it's more of a sunset. This is Mango Melody, so it's kind of an orangey yellow. And the majority of the, and I don't know what I'm doing, okay? I just kind of do it. And then here's my yellow. And then what I did was I took, somewhere here I have it, 1 second. I just like took a tissue and I just went like this to kind of wipe off some of the excess. It also blends it a little. I mean, this one came out much better. I think I want a little, but when I look at that, I think what I would do is just do a little more of this in here. A little more, wait, is that? Yeah, this is the, they're so close, it's, when you look quick, you can get the, and then a little bit of yellow here in the center again. So, and you may be sitting there saying, oh, I wouldn't do it that way. Oh, no, that's not right. Don't do it that way. Guess what? I do it my way, you do it your way, and it's all good. It's all good. Because we each, that's what, part of what makes life fun, is that we each do it our way. Okay, now I want to just... Anyway, so you get the idea. You just can keep doing. I'm making a mess here, as you can see. And I know there's better ways. So there's people who know better than me. I'm just kind of showing you. Okay. Again, I like that one. Turned out a little better. The only other thing I was going to show you was, there's also, if you did have some of this glossy paper, you also can do on here, but it's usually, well, that's not the right one, it's over here. Recommend to fill your water painter, this with alcohol, okay? And again, you can kind of, and I did get a card from someone that they had done this, and it was beautiful, actually. I'm just going to try to get some more colors on my palette here. Misty Moonlight there. Mommy Blue on this side. Orange. Red. And if you are an artist or you've done a lot of stuff with this, I might be making you cringe. That's okay. We each have our own abilities, and or there may be some easier ways, obviously, than what I know. I'm just going to try this here. So, and you can do water on here. I just wanted to show that you can also use the alcohol. And alcohol usually does dry a little faster. Okay, I'm going to do a little red, not much, just a little. Oh, that's a little more red than I meant to, but anyway. Should have put some blue down there like I've been doing, but anyway. Just kind of wanted to kind of use, even though I'm using different mediums, to try and have the colors be similar. So you can see the difference between using the different colors. A little bit of yellow here. A little bit more orange if I can get it. I may be out of alcohol in my, just use what's here. Okay. And then again, I would do some more blue down here like I did before. And now I'm really making a mess just because I'm rushing, because I'm realizing I'm taking a lot of time just to show you this. And if I was, you know, wasn't in a hurry, I would be spending a little more time. Maybe that's part of it too. Earlier, I didn't really rush when I was preparing the things. I'm going to put this aside for right now, and I'm just going to show you fairly quickly, I hope. Okay. All right, get this. I'm going to put the first one I need to put on there. This one, where was this? I hit another one. Where did I put it? Oh my goodness gracious. I'm crazy. This is the watercolor. This was the pastels. I'm not sure what I did. Did it fall off over here? Oh, I always end up doing this. I'm not sure how I end up doing it, but I do. Okay, because I was going to grab the first one I did. Okay, it's all right, whatever. Maybe I'll find it. And I'm going to use, I don't want really espresso. I want soft suede. Okay, and just to... I'm frustrated with myself here, but anyway. Oh, there it is. Yeah. That's the first one I didn't like as well. I don't, but that's okay. Just kind of showing you, giving me the idea. Okay. Yep, and I want a piece of scrap paper underneath. Let me make sure it's up here. Move these over here. So I don't want them all the way down. There, like that. I mean, you can put them all the way down if you want. This. And where did I put the bottoms? Well, they're here somewhere. Oh, here it is. I can get, I'll just go through and add each one now. Wait, try that. I just want to put it the other way. There's that. There's one there. You can put it up there. You can put it down a little lower if you want. So that was, and actually once you get the other on, it's not, it does give it a little better look. So it doesn't have to be perfect. It still can turn out looking decent if you want. It's not, I think the ones I did originally are a little better, but hey. There's that. And add this. Okay. So there's that. That's the, so this is the pencil. This is, I think that's what it was. Yeah, and this is the, and it's pencil, and this is the pastels. Now here, because the water is not quite watercolor pencils, watercolor. So watercolor ink, with the ink is still a little damp, so it might not stamp as well. Move this up here. I'm on the edge. Didn't realize that. And whoop. So there's that. And one more. My alcohol and ink. And if you take your time and not rush, like I was kind of rushing there, it'll turn out better. Okay, there. So there we go. All right, move some stuff out of the way here. Clear the decks as best I can so you can kind of see what I did for you today. These. There. These. So here we go. Get out of the way. And so these are the ones I did before we came on. These are the ones, and this one I end up doing more with a water pen, so it does look a little different than when you do it with just the blender pen. Okay, I got those backwards, this here, and then that's an additional one. Those, and the other ones I have are over here. So here's the ones I did. These, I don't know if I can get them all in the frame for you. Whoop. Obviously, these are just card fronts, they're not in the backs of anything, but there's that. So there's one. Hopefully that shows up there. Here's this one. This is with the alcohol and the shiny paper. That's with, okay, this is the, and then right here. So I think if I look up in my frame, I think we can get most of them up in here. And these I can just do like this because they're all the same. Let me just look on my camera. These can go over here a little more so I can kind of give you maybe a little better look. It's hard because what you see in your camera is not necessarily what, you know, exactly the same as how it shows up on the screen, but there we go. There. So just to kind of give you some idea, and obviously done at different times, different. And I do like some of the different ones that, you know, some I like better. I mean, it's just even my own stuff, some I like better. The biggest reason I wanted to show you, there's all these different ways. You don't have to do all of them. You can choose one. And if I can come on here and make a fool of myself and maybe not do, you know, not be the most artistic, but just to show you it's possible, you can do it as well. So I would just encourage you to try at least one of these and just see how you like it. Okay, maybe let me know if it is something new to you, if it's something that you do enjoy. And, you know, we all have to stretch our wings and step out of our comfort zone. And that's kind of what I did today. So I hope that you appreciate that. And if you give me a thumbs up, I would like that. It did make me feel good to know that at least somebody is with me. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you would subscribe. Okay, so on Friday, on my Facebook page at Stamping Around the Dining Room Table, I will be doing a fun fold using these stamp sets. All right, and then I'll be back again next week with I believe next week, I don't know yet what I'm doing, but I believe I'm going to be sharing stuff with you from, like sneak peeks from our mini catalog and possibly celebration. Okay, so I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of the week and a great weekend. And until we meet again, everyone, happy crafting. Bye-bye now.